Alright, what's up? I'm Charm City 187. The Ravens got out-coached, outplayed, really embarrassed by the Steelers. Lost 19-16. Once again, there's no way in hell we should have lost this game. Besides fucking coaching. Yo, if I were one of these quote-unquote sports reporters after the game, I would ask Harbaugh, so coach, what is it that your offense is able to do in the last 8 minutes of the game that they're unable to do in the first 50 plus minutes of the game? Because in the last 8 minutes of the game, our offense is unstoppable. Like, we move the ball with ease, but the first 50 plus minutes of the game, can't do a fucking thing. Punt after punt after punt. Maybe if we're lucky, our defense gets us in good field position and we can go 30 yards and kick a field goal. But I mean, besides that, we're doing nothing but punting for the first 3.5 quarters of the game. What I think the main problem is Harbaugh can't make up his mind of whether we're going to be a deep passing team, a short passing team, or a running team. It's obvious we're not going to be able to be a run team because, once again, Ray Rice, 15 carries for 45 yards. Bernard Pierce, 13 yards. It's obvious that we're not a running team. Juan Castillo, his blocking schemes are absolute garbage, to say the least. Gino Gradkowski just fucking sucks. You can tell how bad of a offensive line coach Juan Castillo is by looking at what he did, looking at what he did when he was in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, he had LaShawn McCoy, and LaShawn McCoy is a better all-around back than Ray Rice. He's faster. I think he has better moves than Ray Rice. But, I mean, even LaShawn McCoy struggled under Juan Castillo because Juan Castillo's blocking schemes are just horrible. And Juan Castillo is basically our new Cam Cameron. John Harbaugh's butt buddy, who Harbaugh will not say a word to, tell him to get his shit together, fix what is wrong, and we're going to continue to suffer because of it. I mean, this right here is why our run game struggles. It was the end of the second quarter, 3rd and 1. Bernard Pierce was running back. We ran the ball to the right side, and this is what Gino Gradkowski does. He snaps the ball. He's going right. Everybody's blocked. Everybody's blocked except for one person, Palomalu, and he's not even 3 feet away from Gradkowski. And Gradkowski's going right at him. All Gradkowski has to do is do just this. Bernard Pierce is going to run right up the middle, and there's not another guy after Palomalu for, I don't know, the safety was probably about 15 yards behind Palomalu. All Gradkowski had to do was touch him. Just get a hand on him. What does Gradkowski do? He's moving to the right. He gets to where he should hit Palomalu, and for some reason, unknown, he turns around and is going like this to block somebody over here that's not even there. The only person over there is Clutchy Osemele, who has the linebacker completely turned sideways. No danger to Bernard Pierce at all. And Gradkowski turns this way and doesn't even touch anybody. Palomalu runs right past him, hits Pierce in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. Now, I don't know if it's just Gradkowski's an idiot, because, I mean, just look at last week. Gradkowski had A.J. Hawk and the other linebacker running by him on each side of him, and he just snaps the ball and stands there. He didn't even touch Hawk or the other guy 2 times, and they both got to Flacco in like half a second. Didn't touch. I can't keep talking about Gradkowski. He fucking sucks. He's either letting people run free or he's laying on the ground rolling around like a fucking bowling ball. So there's no way in hell we're capable of being a running team. No way in hell. Now for the passing game, Flacco, 24 for 34, 24 of 34, 215 yards. That's like what, 5-6 yard average? Dude. Good teams are running the ball for like a 4.5 yard average. If you can't pass for more than a 5 yard average, there's something wrong with you. And I mean, the one thing that I'm so tired of hearing about with Flacco, they showed him like 35 times today for like 15-20 second clips during the game. Every time they showed him, he was sitting on the bench like this. I don't know if he was looking at the scoreboard or the jumbotron or whatever the fuck it's called, but he was sitting there just like this, like duh, looking up in the sky. Why isn't he on the phone with Caldwell figuring out what the fuck they need to do? Why isn't the wide receiver coach that gives him the plays showing him the plays, what they're doing wrong? Why isn't he talking to his wide receivers? Why isn't he talking to his line and telling Gradkowski to remove his head from his ass? Why isn't he being a leader, telling people, get your shit together? He's sitting there like, duh, looking in the fucking sky the whole time. And I'm sorry, I'm not accepting that bullshit of, oh, well, you're just seeing him for like 10 seconds. They showed him literally over 30 times today, and every time they showed him, he was sitting on the bench looking in the fucking air. I mean, every time they show any other quarterback, they got their little notebook with like the plays that they just ran. He ain't doing none of that shit. But yeah, it's just infuriating. Threw it to Torrey Smith one time the entire first half. He's supposed to be like our #1 receiver. If he's our #1 receiver, why are you only targeting him one time and a half? I think he targeted him 5 times in total. He had 3 catches for 61 yards along with 41. Now the defense, Jesus Christ. How did we go from 3 years ago being the #2 defense in the NFL to last year? Now, mind you, from 3 years ago to last year, we really didn't lose anybody on defense other than like Corey Redding and a couple other people. What took us from 2nd in defense to like 28th or something? One thing. Dean Pease. I cannot stand Dean Pease. We play this soft garbage prevent bullshit to where we let them walk the ball down the field on us every time. They just get to walk the ball down the field on us. I don't even see anybody on the defense really contest the catch other than Ladarius Webb. Like, well, when they throw at Jimmy Smith's usually laying on the ground on his face because I don't know what his problem is, but every time he pushes off to come forward, he falls on the ground. But like, they catch the ball, they go up, they jump up, catch the ball, and then they come down on the ground, and then they take a step or two, and then somebody's there to hit them. And I mean, if they're running 8 to 10 yard routes, that's all they got to do, and they're just all the way up the field, and then we buckle down in the red zone and make them kick a field goal. I mean, that's what we did all last year. We let them walk the ball down the field on us and let them kick a field goal. But last year our offense could come out and do something. This year our offense can't do a fucking thing. I've just never liked Dean Pease. Like, I don't like his scheme. No blitzing whatsoever. Which really this year we don't need to do. We don't need to blitz because we got 4 good pass rushers. But we rush with 4 and we just play off with everybody else and just keep everything in front of us. Let them catch the ball and tackle them. But when they're running 8 to 10 yard routes, they're catching the ball and they're just getting first down after first down after first down. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, John Harbaugh, Dean Pease, Juan Castillo. horrible coaching on all three. And John Harbaugh has done something boneheaded in every single one of our losses this year. If it was the Denver game not challenging the Wes Welker drop, which then led to 2 touchdowns. The Bill, I mean, he messed up in the Bills game, but still the Bills game, Flacco threw 5 interceptions. Last week against the Packers, Harbaugh completely blew that game. This week, tell me why you're going to onside kick after you just got within 3 points. And it was like the end of the third or the beginning of the fourth quarter. Why are you going to kick the ball onside? You're giving them the ball in fucking field goal range already. So now you went from being down by 3 to being down by 6 because you just gave them the fucking ball in field goal range already. Like, that's just fucking ignorant coaching. That's just clueless. And then the last kickoff, we get a 5-yard spot. Tucker should have kicked that fucking ball into the seats. And I'm almost positive Harbaugh said, try and like squib it and get it to bounce at like the 5-yard line so that he has to bring the ball out, and maybe we can tackle him at the 15, so they have to start at the 15 instead of the 20, so they have to go an extra 5 yards. And I'm guaranteeing you that's what Harbaugh said. And it really ended up coming back to fuck us. But yeah. I mean, there were so many plays Harbaugh fucked up on today. Like, when I was watching the game, I was like, damn, there's Harbaugh again doing something stupid. Like, every time he would do something stupid, they would zoom the camera in on him, and he would just be sitting there like, duh. And at the end of the game, it was like 45 seconds left. The commentator's going, why isn't Harbaugh calling a timeout? And Harbaugh's standing there, and he let 16 seconds run off the clock, and then he calls a timeout. I can guarantee you, if Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, or Anquan Bolden were still here, Harbaugh would not be as clueless as he is. And that's why I'm thinking that he's struggling. I'm thinking that Ed Reed and Ray Lewis were the fucking coaches of the team, because Harbaugh don't have a clue what the fuck's going on. He has horrible time clock management skills, horrible timeout management skills. I mean, he's just an overall shitty coach. Like, it's terrible. I don't like saying it. I like him as a person, but he's dumb. He's dumb as shit. But yeah. Alright, I'm done. Every loss this year has been attributed to Harbaugh. He's done something fucked up in every game we've lost this year. And when you're losing 2-point and 3-point games, one coach fuck up is enough to cost you the game. And that's what happened in these last 2 games. So, alright, I'm done.